Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Stormworks. I'm proud to tell you that she is ready. The Admiral Mark II class is now ready for operations. I have added the color scheme, as you can see. I have added a few smaller mechanics to the ship. We have these access panels now over here. I'm not sure if I had those last time as well, where we can access some of the additional equipment. I'd say the ship is ready to go. One thing that I took off the ship relative to the previous time is the hydrofoil system, which I had down here, but I just found that the ship became too unstable to actively use. One thing that I still want to show you, and that I'm also quite happy about, is how the ship performs upside down. Because what can happen with this ship is that she at some point will tip over. So what I would like to do is open the ship and just put the whole ship in and just rotate it like that, paste it in, and then spawn it in and see if it will right itself. Now it takes the ship a little bit of time, but yes, it does. The ship is self-righting, and that in stormy conditions is very much a consolation, because it means that whatever happens to the ship, unless she springs a leak somewhere, she will come upright. She will become stable enough to use. In case that she does spring a leak, or that water makes it into any of the compartments, she has a couple of systems in place which will allow her to pump that water out. So, I'd say that she's ready. All that we need now is a mission. Let me just spawn in the ship as usual instead of upside down. And do we have a mission? No, we do not have a mission. We do, however, have a couple of beds. And, whoa, no, oh, hold on, there's still 1 meter. That's the meter that I was using to figure out if the ship is flooding or not. Because I did have a fluid spawner somewhere in the main compartment over here, which has a triple water pump system that pumps out the water in case there is any in here. Same can be said for the pumps which are hidden here next to the engines. And the same is over here. There is a bilge pump on the starboard side and there's one on the port side. These things are hidden in these small compartments, if you will. Pump. This one detects if there is fluid in the main compartment, and if yes, it pumps it out the side. And those things do work, they just require a bit of power. Making sure that I have enough power, I added a lot of batteries to the ship. Small ones, because that's the only thing I have. But it will eventually empty out the ship. Eventually. So, ideally, this ship, if it does spring a leak, will be pumping itself dry and then floating back upright. The only thing that you might need then is power. And that's problematic if the generator is down. So there is one more system that I need to add. And that's a connector. Let's say I put those over here on both sides. That's an electric anchor. A small connector, no electric cable anchor. Let's make it the right color. This way, if the ship eventually either runs out of power herself or finds that she needs to repower another craft, I can just attach a cable and I can repower the other ship. That's the only adjustment I still want to make, and I'd say she's ready to go. She is fairly expensive. 41,187 is what she requires to spawn in. Let's make it a board. Close the door. Go to the lower compartment. And sleep for a while. A boat has gone missing with a transponder signal detected. Very good. We have a job. And we're going to do it. Now, where is that ship? Oof, that's a large area to find. Beacon locator on. Let's see if the transponder can find it. I also have a manual buzzer. Alright, power up the ship. Activate the clutch. And we're ready to move out now. Let's say that the ship is indeed 4 clicks out. That means it could be over there, I think. No, that's 5, 6. That's 4. At cruise speed, by the way, the ship runs at just 37 kilometers an hour. That is her, let's say, her endurance track. Her endurance mode. It still burns a fairly high amount of fuel. And I would love to add hydrofoils later, but I'm not feeling like adding those just yet. They significantly improve fuel consumption, meaning that you can get far more speed out of her at less fuel. But right now, alternatively, I can go for, no, not low speed, I can go for fast mode. So just turn off the cruise speed, and then we're doing 60 kph, give or take, at the expense of a lot more fuel. Now, in the worst case situation, I burn through 5,000 liters of fuel, which means I take 5,000 as a credit hit. But that basically comes down to I have to rescue about 3 people, and that's the amount of cash that I would need to compensate. Because 1 survivor rescued goes for about 2k. There are some waves. This is gonna sort of help the ship do a little better as far as speed goes. She jumps up to 90-ish. Yep, there we go. Almost made it to 100. Range 317. Let's turn the beeper off. It is getting dark. That's not great. Now I have 1 searchlight on the bow of the ship, but it is stationary. And it is not capable of swiveling left and right. All it does is go up and down. Let's see if I can spot it yet. Hold up, the distance is going up again, isn't it? Well, sort of. Now, let's grab one of the night vision goggles that I have stored over here. We're just on the edge of where night vision starts and binoculars stop. Is there something underneath that? Or is that not what I'm looking for? Range is staying to 252. Let's turn a little bit more towards the old island that we were using, the main island. 233, 228, 223. We might be going the right way here. As for the next research project that I'm looking for, I want to get basic mechanics. This follows with the advanced mechanics, or the compact mechanics, and this will allow me to build even more stability systems on this ship. 212, a little under 2 now. Especially that jumping out of the water like she does, that's not supposed to happen. She's not supposed to do that. But that happens at higher speeds. 1.62. I don't see anything yet. No flares. No blinking lights. KNRM, by the way, on the side of the ship is the Koninklijke Nederlandse Reddingmaatschappij, or the Dutch Royal Rescue Society. Hold on, that was a flare. The thing you can see going down there. So it looks like these guys are quite lucky and seemingly crashed either at or very much near the beginner outpost. That's really convenient. Let's store this and get the night vision. Yeah, the flare seems to be over there. Mission spawning wise, I think this is a bit boring. Because it means that a ship can crash on your Coast Guard island. What are the odds? There are more islands out here. Why do you have to spawn at my island? Let's turn on the lights. Go back to cruise mode, because I will be doing some slower operations. I also have a slow mode, or low speed mode, for those of you who have figured it out. This changes the gearbox so that I can do a bit more fine maneuvering. Ooh, are you on fire? Yeah, you're on fire. Okay, that's an opportunity to earn some more money. And, at the same time, see how well my hosing system works. You can see somebody in the water, I think, there. Sea conditions are not great. Let's go to low speed. Slow the ship down some more. Yeah, that does not look comfortable there, guys. Looks like we need to do something about that. Turn off the clutch. I have an electric motor on board. So I can very slowly maneuver into position. This is a system that I haven't yet explained, but I have some electric motors on. And because they happen to drain the battery really quickly, I made it so that they only turn on, or rather that they turn off, when they figure out that there is too little battery power left. Now, let's use the bow thruster a bit to turn the ship faster. The generator RPS is kicking up. I'm going to get a bit closer, especially with my stern, so I can attach the hose. Forward. That will do. Okay, let's put this thing back. Close that up. Open this. Oh, right, we already have the hose. Okay, good. Attach that. Turn that on. And let's start putting out that fire. I probably won't be able to make it from here, so I'm going to have to go on that ship. Terrible conditions. Whoa. Let me extinguish the point where I want to get on board this ship. I don't have a firefighting set yet. Is that enough? I can barely find the ladder. I think I'm under the ship now. Oh, there it is. I hope that there are still people to rescue on this thing. Where is it? Here. Nope. There it is. Got it. No, I don't have it. Come on. Where is it? Here? Got it. Ooh, that does not look comfortable. Put that out. At least now I don't have to worry about fire extinguishers running out of, well, fire extinguishing material, I guess. As long as there's a light spot there, that means there's still a fire on this ship. Yeah, and I do appear to be losing some health. Next bit. Let's move towards the bow of the ship. There has to be some more fire source. Yeah, there we go. Inside. Lovely. There's more fire on this side. That's a lot better. Okay. Fire extinguished. Now let's see if we can find some of the survivors. Insofar as they haven't turned into a crisp yet. Hello. You look very healthy for somebody who's just on a burning ship like that. You could have been in a far worse state. See if I can find my own ladder. Here. Welcome aboard. Let's put you in one of the seats. Okay, who's next? I might need a flare. Just to see if I can find some more survivors. They might be in the water. Or on the bow. Let's see. Where are you guys? Because they're not on the stern. Yeah, that's just the one. There were 5. This is not a good sign. And considering that we are in the dark, it's going to be really tricky to find them. Alright, that's 2. At least the water has calmed down some, so the wind died down. Let's swap this out for a flare gun. There they are. One of them dead, or at least dying. 2 of them alive. Since I don't really have any further business with this ship, I can just reverse. And go and pick him up. Battery power is going a bit lower, but the generator's kicking in. I can also start my engines up again. And just keep those at minimum. Because then they're still going to be generating quite a bit of power. Which will be enough to feed the batteries for a while. Shit, my flare died down. Okay, where are the survivors? Here. Really close. Store that. Get that. Here. That's better. Hello, guys. It seems like the water's not really that good this time of year, so let's pull you out. Follow me. Follow me. And you might not be able to follow me, so let's carry you aboard. I'm going to put you down. I'm going to have to store my hose. Yeah, everybody's inside? Good. Since you guys could be getting in my way, let's just get you out of the way. Seated. Defibbed. Medkit. Store the binos. Anybody else need a medkit? No, they seem fine. Good. Okay, that means I can put you in your seat. And now we're going to go to the hospital. Which naturally we'll also be doing in the dark. Engines to full. And clutch on. Come to port. Fuel. Oh, we burned 600 liters of it. Maybe a little more than that. But, then again, I have 5 survivors and I put out a fire. So that's a total of 13,000. So I'm willing to burn about 1,000 liters of fuel on this. No problem. So, just casually cruising towards the beach there of the hospital. Pretty easy mission. Now, what I'm still hoping for is that I'm going to find one of the AI ships. AI ships got added in one of the updates. I have added them manually to the save file. And that means that at some point we could see an AI ship just moving from one point to another. But I've been looking around a bit and I haven't been able to find them, unfortunately. There's just nothing out here. Except for our destination. Which is right over there. I'm going to try and make a turn and pull my stern towards the gangway there, towards the dock. Slow it down a bit. At some point the engine's probably going to stall. Low speed on, cruise mode off. No, 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 no. Whoops. Just killed my engines, didn't I? No, not quite. Coming in at a mere 8 knots. Very careful trying to dock. Let's put the spotlight on. There, that's better. Slow down. Now we're going to turn. Turn, 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 turn. Let's throw the bow prop in as well. Bit more. Oh, I just killed my engines. Alright, so be it. Is this going to be it? No, I can still use my electric engines, of course. If I put my stern next to the dock, it's going to make it far, far easier to pull the survivors onto the hospital. To starboard. Like that. That's courtesy of the bow prop. Bit more. Bit more forward. I'd say a meter or two. That's all that we need. Yeah, now we'll drift into position. Look at that. That is some pretty precision docking right there. That will do. That will do. Stop. Okay, guys, we have made it to the hospital. If you could all casually follow me, we can have a quick trip over to the hospital. Everybody's going to live happily ever after, and I'm going to get paid. Of course, I mean, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, but getting paid is nice. Shit. Can you guys jump this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, good work. Now, let me light the path. Do I still have all my little ducklings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. There's the hospital. There's where we need to go. Job done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that just made me a nice sum of money and allowed me to start research on the on the basic mechanics first, not compact systems yet. Yes, I'm going to research that, and it's going to take me a bit of time. And in that time, I can, I can pretty much sleep to see if there's any new missions spawning. So let me just get back to you when a new mission has popped up. Alright, welcome back. A good day has passed, and we have a new mission in an even larger search area. And there is a vehicle, fortunately with a transponder signal, somewhere in here. According to my distance indicator, it's about 7 clicks out, and that distance is still varying, so let's say 6.5 to 7. To the waypoint where I have it set up now, it's 7.5. So we're just going to steam that way, and we're going to see what we're going to find. Let's use the bow thruster to push us away from the island. Turn the clutch off. Kick the engines back up. Turn the clutch on. And get underway. Now it's going to be a bit of a trip. 7.5 clicks. Or 6, 7. But we got to find it as well. And no, it is not the craft in front of us, because that's the craft that we just rescued not too long ago. That's the ship that I put that fire out on. Which still sort of seems to be raging? I don't know. At least that's not the ship that we're looking for. The ship that we're looking for is somewhere out there, but I rather doubt that at 7 kilometers out I'm going to find that thing. Let's turn the low speed gear off. We still have plenty of fuel for this op. It's just going to take a while to search. What I've considered for this particular ship is to rush the research of radars, but here's my problem with that. I can rush the research of a radar system, which falls under, I believe it's electrics? No. At any rate, you need advanced displays, that's 6 research points. Then you need video equipment, which is 30 points, so that's 36 points already. Sorry, I heard the engine die out. Then you also need radar and sonar for another 20 points. So that's 56 points that I'll need just to get to radar. It's not really going to happen anytime soon. It's more of a longer term project. But it would definitely help with the capabilities of the ship to find and rescue more people. Something else that I want to do with the ship is see if I can get the stern a bit more out of the water. Because the bow is clearly outside of the water, but the stern rides pretty deep. So maybe I'll have to distribute the fuel tanks a bit better over the length of the ship, as opposed to just under, or just next to the engines where they are now. Because they're clearly putting quite a bit of weight on the ship. Whereas if I would put the fuel tank, or one of the fuel tanks, somewhere more, let's say here, it would come at the expense of one of the beds or one of the additional passenger seats that I have here. But it might make the ship a bit more stable. It might make it less likely to tip forward as it does right now. Range is about 5.1 to 5.5. 5.2, 5.46. That's 5.4 right ahead. At this point, I'm carrying 3 night vision goggles. Bit much. But hey ho, we gotta find the objective. 5 clicks out. The beacon is still beeping pretty aggressively, which I think might be the ship behind me. The one that I rescued not too long ago. 4-8. I don't know how the game treats that thing, whether it's considered a ship that still has an active locator beacon. But this one, the beacon distance locator, does not appear to be lining up with that. Whereas those beeps from the buzzer are pretty fast. Let's see if there happen to be any crates outside. Because that's also a nice way to get a bunch of research. I haven't seen one in a very long time. Any of the research crates. Or loot crates. Not sure if I'm going to find any either. Looks to be nothing in the water. Oh, I say that and I immediately spot one. Sorry, survivors. I spotted a different kind of survivor. There. 2 maybe, in fact. 1, 2. That's very nice. That's going to aid significantly in the research. And might even make me a decent portion of money. So yes, there are crates out here. You just have to pay a bit more attention to finding them. There's one. That's the more distant one. That's the closer one. Okay, put cruise mode back on. I'm going to try and grab it as we sail past it. Okay, rush out the ship. Try not to trip overboard. There's the crate. And now it's mine. 12 research points. Nice. Good bonus. Okay, where's that other crate? Over there. Fuel 3751. Still 4 clicks away from the actual objective. I don't exactly know when I will spot the objective, but I think you can spot it from about 2 kilometers out. Something in that ballpark. That's when you can spot the target. Is this going to kill the engines? No, they should still stay operational. Port side. No! Too far away. Turn. Using the bow prop as well to aid in the turning, making it even faster. Where's that crate? Finding crates in the dark is even more of a challenge. There. Doing circles around it. Fine. Just cut the clutch, slow the ship. She's still doing about 2 kilometers an hour. That's fine. Where's that crate? Unfortunately, I wasted my flares from in here. Let me just go old school and actually grab a flashlight. There. So 12 research from the other one. This is another 6 and 6.5k. It's potentially a lot more than we can get from a mission. At least when it comes down to research points. Okay, we are good to go again. Turn the cruise mode off. Let's say the objective is somewhere near there. No, that's 2.5. That's 4. Distance 436. This is going to take some searching. Some more time has passed, and I'm now a bit closer to what I think the location of our survivors is. I'm not exactly sure where they are, but it seems to be like they're in the delta of the Sawyer Islands here. The range is about 2 clicks out, but I still haven't been able to find them. I did find another crate, which rewarded me with even more research points. So we now have 33 research points in reserve. And the the standard mechanics, the basic mechanics is almost complete. Next phase, compact mechanics. This is the one that I'm after. The compact linear track base. And that's going to help me with building a system that will stabilize the ship. Range 1.77. Give me the beeper. Yeah, the beeper is really happy. There. That's it. Right there. It's a beached craft. Let's go for a bit more RPM. I can turn the beeper off. It's going to be another night op. But the ship does not seem to be on fire. Looks like these guys just need an extraction. Not sure how many there are. Looks like it could be anywhere from 2 to 5. It's a relatively small craft. Fuel-wise, we're about 60% full. So more than enough to get these people picked up, brought back to a hospital, and then bring the ship back to the Sawyer North Freight Terminal. Let's see what we have here. Really unfortunate that it is still night, because I'd much more appreciate the day ops. I'm going to try and come in at a slight angle relative to the ship, so I can try and park next to it. Hold on, the ship is on fire. Okay, better grab the hose then. I parked that over here. Yeah, that thing's definitely burning. It's not beached. It's just close to the Sawyer Islands. Now, considering that it is on fire, I might not want to pull alongside too much, because I risk burning up my own ship. I just have to get close enough to do some firefighting. 5 casualties. Slow down. I can see 1 casualty out here in the water. Let's keep the RPS low. That is a substantial amount of fire. And that's close enough. Okay. Equip the hose. Activate the pump. Oh, hello. Let's pick you up before you burn up to a crisp. Put you in one of the seats. And equip a medkit. Heal you up for a bit before you happen to die. Okay, hose. Attach. And let's start burning, or not so much burning, let's start putting this fire out. Looks like the engine compartment's on fire, and a bit of the bridge as well. Okay, that part's out. For this part, I would really need a second crew member, because I now need to maneuver the boat a bit farther forward. So ideally, I would have a crew member. So next time, I'm probably going to have somebody else join me for this recording, so that I have at least 1 crew member, potentially more. I don't want to turn this into a madhouse, because it's supposed to be calm content and not some sort of multiplayer playthrough. Now, let's see. Can we get this thing out from here, or do I need to climb aboard that vessel? Bit more angle. Maybe we can get it a bit farther. I don't think I can get there. No, we're going to have to jump ship. Up the ladder. That's another... Oh, there's 2 more survivors. It does seem like an awful lot like it's the same ship. These guys seem cold, not dead. Okay, let's swim you guys around the boat. And back to my ship. Up the ladder. I have tried putting some lights next to the ladders, but I found it quite difficult to do without demolishing the hull form that I have going. You guys sit here. There's one on the bow, and there's probably one inside the ship. Because they usually sit down here. Yep, there she is. Okay. Let's close this thing up. Because the vessel does look like it can be repaired. Might need a bit of paint here and there. But she might be repaired. Our dumb NPC over there is not quite understanding that she needs to jump. So, I'll just make things easy on you. Throw you over my shoulder, jump over, close the door, and there you go. Alright, back to the hospital we go. As I'm sailing to this hospital, which is 6 clicks out, I'm thinking, you know what, maybe there's more out to explore here. The thing is, my budget's only 48k. I'm not sure how expensive another outpost would be. This one was pretty expensive. But with any luck, the other outpost, the 15k one, the medium shipyard, if you will, is out there. And there might even be another hospital over here, because there are more hospitals. There's another one here, the central hospital. So I'm going to see what I can find out here towards the northwest. And I hopefully won't run out of fuel, but I still have half a tank left. So I'm not expecting to run out of fuel anytime soon. And in the meanwhile, we can do a bit of research on the compact mechanics. Let's see what is out here. A little bit of cruising later, I found 2 different islands up ahead. There's one here that I'm cruising towards at low speed. Another one further up in the distance. You can barely make it out. Let me just get off the con so you can sort of see it. It's that outline there. Either of these might be a base that I can buy. And when I can, I'll be able to start spawning in ships from here as well. I have disabled fast travel, so it's not like I can suddenly jump from one island to the next. I'll have to sail from one point to another. But that is just the price of playing the game as I have it set up. There is also... let's see if I can still find it. There's the fuel power plant... Or sorry, no, not the fuel power plant. The power plant. It's... Oh, there's another island there, by the way. Right there. Anyway, the power plant is also somewhere here. There. That's the power plant island. I haven't really seen any more missions spawn on there. At least, not recently. I'm not sure if they still do. I hope that they do, because they were interesting missions. There was something a bit different from the usual. But maybe they have removed those. Anyway, yes, look at that. That is a purchasable island. I'm just not exactly sure which one that is. It might be an empty one. Like one of those islands where you actually have to build everything yourself. I never really got the point of those. I never really got why you would need to do that. Because I don't see them giving you any kind of benefit. You'll only get a workbench from where you can build the island itself. But it's not like you can spawn ships there. So I don't really see the benefit to it. Means that one of my hatches over here is open. There. Fuel's still perfectly good, 2366, but I have reduced cruise speed to standard to make sure I'm not burning up too much fuel. Is that the only island here? That's the only island I can see so far. For all I know, the island that I'm looking for is somewhere far, far over there. So be it. We do have to scout out this place sometime. Ideally, of course, you use a helicopter or something to that tune, but I don't really have the parts for that yet. Did we change court? No, there's another island. There. Jesus, there's a lot of seas. There. Couple of hangars of sorts. Is that what I'm looking for? I'm not too eager to burn a lot of fuel, so that's why I'm standard cruising. At this point, I hope I can still make it back. If not, then I'm in trouble. And I will have to make sure that I have a ship that can get here and can resupply this one. But I think I'll be fine. So whatever's out here is probably... No, not there. There should be an island popping up any moment now. That one. Alright, I'll do some more exploring. Alright, a bit later, I have scouted out a bit more of the terrain here, and I have a bit of good news and a bit of bad news. The island that I found turned out to be Terminal Komodo, which means that, yes, it has a freight terminal, but as far as I believe, it does not come with a spawn for ships. The good news is that I have found a hospital, so at least I can drop off the survivors that I have. And they're probably quite happy about that, but I'm running a little low on fuel at only 1730, which means I have about a longevity of maybe 14 clicks. That's about as far as I can go, which means that the base, which is 14.7 clicks away, is a bit too far. Fortunately, the Coast Guard outpost, the main one, is slightly closer, but maybe still outside of range. So at this point, it's sort of a double or nothing. I have to make it to my objective. I have to find something that's both within my range and purchasable. And that's going to be my way to get at least a bit more fuel inside this boat, or rather spawn it again with more fuel in it. But I can sell jet fuel at the outpost there. Yeah, great, but I cannot get more fuel. So I'm in a bit of a dangerous spot here. But I'm going to figure out what to do, find an island, and I'll get back to you guys next week. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully in a better spot with more fuel. See you then.